Ontario's education's plan to help students catch up is focused on 5 key pillars, and it is anchored by the first, which is keeping students in class, keeping them returning to class on time with a full student experience. The second is providing students with the learning supports they need to catch up, including through an enhancement of tutoring. The third is preparing students for the life and job skills they will need in order to graduate and get a good paying job at the end of their academic journey. The fourth deals with investing in good schools, modern infrastructure that meets needs of young people, and supporting student well-being. Our first priority is to make sure students are back in class on time with the full learning experience. And that includes extracurricular activities like band, sports, field trips, and grad ceremonies. We have the tools in place to support a safe and enriching learning experience for the coming school year. For example, since August of 2020, we have allocated more than $665 million to improve ventilation and filtration in schools right across Ontario. 100,000 HEPA filters are in place within our schools to reduce risk. And we know that students need and deserve a more normal return to the classroom. No student will be left behind. And it's why we're providing students with more tutoring, literacy, and special education supports in the upcoming school year. In February of this year, we announced a historic $175 million investment to enhance tutoring supports, the largest tutoring program of its kind in this country with a real focus on reading, writing, and math. From April to June, on average, 49,000 students every week is participating in these programs, often with small groups averaging less than 5 kids. This expanded access to tutoring will continue to be available right throughout this year. And to further improve student literacy, we announced a $25 million investment this year alone in evidence-based reading intervention supports for our youngest kids to make sure they've got those reading skills in those early years. We've also increased our special education grant. These are for kids with exceptionalities in our schools. We want them to succeed. We know it's been most acutely difficult on them, and it's exactly why our Premier and our government announced an increase, $93 million more, part of a $3.25 billion overall investment. Again, the largest investment ever provided in special education needs to help those very kids get ahead. Additionally, we have overhauled Ontario's curriculum, modernizing it to focus on the labor market needs for the first time. This is really critical when it comes to the future prosperity of the province and the ability of young people to graduate and actually get a job related to their skills. And so we've mandated, under our government and Premier's leadership, financial literacy, coding, entrepreneurship, and leadership development right throughout our STEM curriculum, including the grade 1 to 8 math curriculum, grades 8 and 9 math and science curriculum, and the new grade 10 careers course unveiled just a few years ago. All of this is intended to equip students with valuable learning opportunities with an emphasis on cementing the life and the job skills right throughout the curriculum. These courses, we know, will help the next generation of Ontario leaders get the education that brings career pathways to life, and particularly for the skilled trades, where high demand, high impact fields are available right as we speak in this province. Now, we also recognize the critical importance of state-of-the-art schools and classrooms that support healthy and safe learning, which includes having high-quality educators at the front of the classroom. We know how critical it is. And so for the coming school year, we're delivering record investment to ensure our children get in class on time, stay in school, and flourish in the classroom with a $26.6 billion investment. This is the highest investment in public education ever in the history of Ontario. And it underscores our firm commitment to improving education and the quality of learning for your kids. And that's why we announced a $300 million investment to hire up to 3,000 more frontline staff, including teachers, EAs, early childhood educators, and other educational workers, so that they could be in the schools and the classrooms helping those kids, especially those most in need. We've also committed over $14 billion to build, over the next 10 years, modern schools like Viola Desmond, amazing facilities, internet connected, fully accessible, technology that are technologically connected as well. And we really do believe an emphasis on STEM learning and science laboratories built within our schools make a difference to make learning exciting for children. So we're going to continue to build these schools and childcare centers for students in Ontario. And we are committed to securing a fair deal for teachers and education workers while ensuring that our kids get back in class on time, full time for the school year, which we know is so consequential with the full school learning experience from clubs to sports. All of this matters, and we insist upon that being the reality for children in September and beyond. Finally, we know that access to mental health supports where students need it is critical to their success. And so for the coming school year, our government announced an additional $10 million net increase in mental health, now adding to a total of $90 million, a 420% net increase from 2017-18 when our government first came to office. A significant lift in mental health supports for kids. It recognizes the needs, and it also puts the investments and staffing in place to get them the services they need wherever they need it, including within our school system. In fact, this summer, we're working with the Ministry of Health and the Associate Minister of Mental Health and Addictions to engage with the stakeholder and the broader community to understand how we can better strengthen student mental health, including more learning opportunities for our kids and for our staff. You know, we know the pandemic has highlighted that having a robust and resilient publicly funded school system is critical to responding to challenges. And thanks to our investments, school boards and partners, we are seeing graduation rates rising. In 2020-21, for example, 89% of students received their high school diploma within 5 years, and 84.2% of students received their high school diploma within 4 years. We will, of course, continue to build on those gains that we've made by ensuring that students graduate the life and the job skills they need to succeed in the labor market and beyond. And so together, through this plan, we're going to continue to build up and invest in Ontario's education system so that we get every student back on track, back in class, and back to normal. Thank you.